Hi, one forum news brings you the best. Please kindly subscribe to this channel. Your comment and all likes will be highly appreciated. Today, we are taking a look at one topic that we decide to tag politics of revenge. Yes, it's becoming so common in Africa. It has been there in the past when it talk about the military rule, where if there is a coup d'etat, whenever there is a coup d'etat, some people are prosecuted, some people are executed, some people are killed here and there. Just for them, they pretend that they are clearing or cleaning the system. They do that. But sadly, we brought that into our democracy system in Africa. The politics that we call democracy, the democracy of Africa, is dented with some of those things. So today we decided to take a look at it. If you have any comment or any issue with it, please kindly comment to it. Now, politics of revenge. Yes. What normally happens in most African countries is before a new government even comes in, they find a way of saying that this political party or this incumbent party or their predecessors, they happen to be involved in all manner of corrupt practices. Yes, if you use corruption and you manage to use corruption to stick on your opponent, please, you can easily land a seat as a president of a country. Yes, that is what happened in most African countries. Once you are able to stick that thing that they call corruption onto the government, that's the end of the government. Either corruption or incompetency. You are good to go. That's exactly what most African countries use. But what are we seeing? Most of them are not. They tag the people that they are corrupt. So because of that, they have to find a way to prosecute them. And at the end, they tend to persecute them. Yes, I would say for a fact, if someone is guilty of any form of crime, corruption, or whatever it is, let a person go inside. Yes. It's very important. Let a due process and due court processes take place for the person to be locked or jailed if the person is found guilty. But in situations whereby we turn to revenge against one another, it's not helping African politics. That is why all the time we are going backwards instead of moving forward. Yeah, Africa is a very beautiful place. We have all the facilities, we have all the mineral resources and everything that can help us to progress, but we are not progressing. All because of our leadership. Yes, all because of our leadership. All over Africa, you can talk about from the north to the south, from the east to the west, all over the place. And even our own characters are so bad that we are not able to move on. Now, the revenge is all over the place. What most often than not we do is your brother who is in government, you find a way to sabotage that person in order to bring the image of the person down so that you can take over. And after you are also able to move to office, your brother, your opponent, will also do the same thing to you in the interest and the name of revenge. And we are not only doing that to retrograde our to cause retrogression of our country, but we are doing that in a form of revenge, even persecuting people. We have a lot of people from previous governments who are going about court case here and there, corruption, mismanagement, or misappropriation here and there, all over Africa. Yes, I will not mention any country specifically because our discussions or analysis mostly is based on the whole of Africa. And what we are talking about is very common with almost all African countries. And that is what is happening. That is why we have cases all over the place. But how long are we going to continue? That is a sad question. It has always been our dent all the time. That is why even sometimes also, if similar things happen in other parts of the world, they refer to Africa. Why? Are you bringing Africa to us? That's exactly what we are doing. But if the person is guilty or found guilty of something, let the person go in. That is why I can argue and say comfortably that if there are witches to be hunted, let them be hunted. They shouldn't use the issue of, oh, it's a witch hunting, it's a witch hunting. No. Why is it that you have a government made up of about 50 appointees, but it's only you that is being hunted? It's because you did one thing or the other wrongly. That is what I'm talking about, that if really the person is guilty or the person is appropriated money in certain way, let the person be prosecuted, not persecuted. But most often than not, all that we see about African politicians is persecution. Yes, you need to go after the person. That is why, it's all about the system. Systems or the structures or the institutions are not working. That is why. Because ideally, those things have to be reduced a bit if the institutions and systems are working in Africa. But as you know already, the human beings that mount the institutions or that manage or man the institutions, they are not effective. And they are corrupt also. So because of that, they are not able to do things that they are supposed to do. Because the need for check and balances. We know that we have three arms of government: the legislature, the judiciary, as well as the executive. Yes, they are supposed to be check on one another. But these days, once you have majority in parliament, there are a lot of things that we just walk through. Yes, that's why most parliaments in Africa become rubber stamp. So if things happen like that, your opponents, if they successfully land the majority in parliament, or they are able to form the government or be in the executive, they will definitely scrutinize some of the things that you refuse to hear their views on in the past. We always say in political science that the minority will have their say, but the majority will have their way. That is what always happens in Africa. That is practically what Africa is practicing. We don't consider the views of the minority. That is why the minorities come into government. There are a lot of things that they try to find fault with, because in the past they may have been pointing to those faults, but because we have the majority and the numbers, sometimes they can stage a walkout, but we take the decision in favor of the government, because mostly if the government is having majority in parliament, they don't have so much of a problem to face. It's people that belongs to the government that can raise some few issues. Those that are genuine government that can raise some few issues. Hence, all the time we have this political persecution that we tag political revenge in Africa. And it's not helping Africa, yes, but it's something that we can't do away with. Because as we speak, there are governments in waiting. I'm talking about positions that are waiting to prosecute some people. And that some of them even go to the point of making it a campaign too. Oh, vote for us when we can. We prosecute this person, we prosecute this person, we do this, we do that. As most of them are also just propaganda. They are not factual. But that is what we see in Africa. So because they make it out there, or they put it out there that this person is corrupt, this person is doing something fake or bad, once they come into office, they find a way to get people. Yes, that is what we are doing to ourselves. But mostly at the end, some of them tend to be just total sham and disgrace. So African politicians, there is a need for us to work so hard so that things like this, we can avoid them, so that our democracy and our politics will be very beautiful and attractive for even the ordinary people to be ready to join. Please, for more, kindly subscribe to this channel, One Forum News for the best, when it comes to politics of Africa and historical antecedents, when it comes to security and anything about crime in Africa. We'll be here to analyze and bring everything to your understanding. Please, your comments are very important to us for this very topic that we discussed. If you disagree with us, the comment section is there. Your comments and your likes will be highly appreciated. Thank you so much. Always have the best. Thank you.